Here are some of the most satisfying downfalls in YouTube history, starting with none other than Hawk Tuah girl herself, Hayley Welch, who rose to popularity after appearing in a video on the Tim and Dee TV channel, where she was interviewed alongside her friend Chelsea Bradford.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
You gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing, you get me?
The video exploded on Instagram, gaining over 18 million views and nearly 500,000 likes. Her downfall begun in December 2024, when she decided to monetize the meme.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
But as soon as it went live, fans were quick to notice something a bit shady, with a tweet from Bubble Maps reading, "Your team is keeping 96% of the Hawk supply in 10 connected addresses. You might not be aware of this since you're new to crypto, but it's worth bringing to your attention." On the Hawk website, they assured the audience that the project wasn't just a meme by writing, "Hawk isn't just a meme coin, it's a part of the culture. Hayley is using her meme to unite her entire community." On launch, the Hawk coin surged to a market cap of $490 million, only to crash to nearly $60 million in just 20 minutes, leading her fans to lose their money. My $35,000 that I purchased of Hawk is now $2,000 after 10 minutes of buying. I put $40,000 into Hawk and now it's worth $39. In response to these claims, Hayley's co-creator called the people mentally ill.
I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill.
Then Hayley blamed the losses on something that they could not control.
We got snipe botted today, but we didn't sell a single token. This is just a launch, and I want to tell you I'm here to stay.
But crypto journalist Coffeezilla wasn't having it. He pointed out how the team had pre-sold tokens to investors who dumped them on the fans, making millions off those 15% transaction fees.
Who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like, what the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics are a scam. That's my opinion. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam.
Hayley and her co-host then got defensive every time Coffeezilla gave them reasonable points.
Do the math. Do the math.
You're saying that we pulled the rug. There was no rug pulled.
3%.
You're defaming our character. It's bullshit.
You just talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit.
When the team couldn't handle the questions from Coffeezilla, they decided to mute him.
Where did the fees go? Where did the money for the pre-sale tokens go? Why did y'all unlock day one so people could dump on Hayley Welch's fans? And how involved was she really? And how much money is she making from all this? What's her cut? I just got muted.
But the questions from other speakers kept coming, and when they got too hot for Hayley to handle, she decided to go to bed.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
In the comment section of Coffeezilla's video, he pinned a comment from Hayley's lawyer, who tried to defend her by writing, "I watched the video. Just to clarify, the 50% of net proceeds mentioned was from the allocation of tokens. 10% locked for 1 year, with 3-year vest thereafter, and wouldn't be realized until when she sold them. Out of her 50%, she would have to pay her non-crypto team too, so in reality, she would likely only hold 3.5% of the tokens withdrawn, if at all, on the above schedule." Under the mountain of backlash, Hayley Welch tried to backpedal by tweeting, "I take the situation extremely seriously and want to address my fans, the investors who have been affected, and the broader community. I am fully cooperating with and I'm committed to assisting the legal teams representing the individuals impacted, as well as to help uncover the truth, hold the responsible parties accountable, and resolve the matter." But the community wasn't having any of it. She turned 15 minutes of fame into a 15 years of shame. "Alright, sweetie, your 15 minutes of fame is effing over. Go back to the hillbilly trailer park you came from." With the potential to be jailed if found guilty, it's fair to say that Hayley's career is likely over. However, her 15 minutes of fame was still more significant than Bobbi's 5 minutes of fame. Bobbi Althoff gained millions of views from her celebrity interviews, but it took just one interview with Drake to destroy everything she had built. In that interview, she made the unforgivable mistake of admitting she had skipped her daughter's first birthday to appear on the podcast with Drake, a confession that marks the beginning of her rapid downfall.
You know? I flew all the way here.
You did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
You missed your daughter's first birthday for
to be here.
Dark. Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
She even flirted with Drake during their conversation, boldly asking if he thought she was his type.
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
This upset her husband, who shortly afterward filed for divorce. People began to suspect that her sudden fame wasn't organic at all, but carefully engineered by her management company, WME, the same agency that represented several of her high-profile guests, including Drake, leading many to label her an industry plant. As a result, Bobbi's podcast views plummeted, and her once promising career got flushed down the drain. Her career is still salvageable. However, the same can't be said about Johnny Somali. Johnny Somali started his journey with the goal of becoming a global content creator. However, after his travel vlogging career failed, he resorted to extreme and disruptive tactics to gain attention. His strategy was simple: cause as much chaos as possible for viral moments. His first major target was Japan, where he engaged in awful acts like harassing train passengers.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki, you know Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We're gonna do again. What? Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We do again.
Making racist remarks.
This is crazy. These are NPCs, guys. I'm with the NPCs out here.
And terrorizing local businesses. First by walking into a warehouse. And later blasting sirens in a restaurant. Huawei. His actions led to his arrest, but he got off lightly by paying just $1,400. Johnny continued his reckless behavior, this time targeting Israel. His actions escalated further by harassing a female officer.
Oh, you a bad bitch. I swear to God. You a bad bitch. I'll take you to dinner. I swear to God. I'll change your life. I'll change your life, baby.
He was arrested for harassing the officer, but that was the least of his concerns, because after being released, the locals took matters into their own hands by attacking him.
Don't touch me, man. Hey. Oh, fuck.
With his life in danger in Israel, he decided to flee to South Korea, where he nailed the final nail on his own coffin. He began by desecrating the Statue of Peace, which commemorates victims of the Japanese military's cruel enslavement. But the Koreans were not going to take that level of disrespect lightly, as a national manhunt for Johnny Somali was launched. Wow! To make matters worse, he was arrested and the Korean government seized his passport and filming equipment. On his trial day on March 7th, he arrived at the courtroom 1 hour late wearing a MAGA hat and was also drunk. The charges against him included obstruction of business, harassment, and gross behaviour. Johnny pleaded guilty to all charges, perhaps in an attempt to speed up the process, but his situation only worsened as more charges were introduced. This new charge was for creating a deepfake video depicting himself kissing popular Korean streamer Bong Bong. With the potential of being jailed for 31 years if found guilty, his career is likely over. His relentless pursuit of attention led him to spiral out of control, and so did Nas Daily. Nas Daily fell from gaining over 1 million views per video to barely cracking 200,000 views per video, despite having over 13.9 million subscribers. His downfall began on the 16th of July 2021 when he uploaded a video titled World's Oldest Tattoo Artist.
In the jungles of the Philippines, there is a woman who is 103 years old. She is the oldest tattoo artist in the world, and she doesn't use a tattoo machine, and she doesn't let you choose your own tattoo.
He convinced the tattoo artist Wang Od to join his academy. However, on the 4th of August 2021, Wang Od's grandniece made a Facebook post exposing the truth about the academy. Warning: Wang Od Academy is a scam. My grandmother did not sign any contract with Nas Daily to do any academy. Some people are taking advantage of our culture. Please help us stop this disrespect to the legacy of Upper Wang Od and the Bot tribe. In response, Nas uploaded a video in which he showed Wang Od signing the papers. He also released a statement that read, "We approached Wang Od because just like you, we love her. We love her traditions and are inspired by her. We wanted to share her culture for future generations, to appreciate and respect the ancient Kalinga tradition of Mamba Batok. So we pitched her family the idea of creating Wang Od Academy. Her and her family present both loved this idea and have worked with us to build it, with Wang Od teaching herself. As a matter of fact, Wang Od's trusted niece, Estella Palangdao, was present and translated the content of the contract prior to Wang Od affixing her thumbprint, signifying her full consent to the project. This is the clearest evidence that it is not a scam and achieved the consent of her and her immediate family. But Wang Od's grandniece quickly debunked Nas Daily in her second post. "Hello everyone, Wang Od Academy is not real. I spoke to her and she said she did not understand what the translators were saying. I'm sorry to tell you she will not be joining the Nas Daily." In the end, Nas removed the course and ceased all operations in the Philippines. However, Nas wasn't done digging his own grave because on the 12th of November 2021, he uploaded a video in which he promoted crypto billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried.
Okay, the guy you see next to me is the most generous billionaire billionaire in the world, and I found him.
Hi, my name is Sam, and this is my story.
Sam has crazy hair. Sam is vegan. Sam sleeps 5 hours a night. Sam lives in the Bahamas with 10 roommates. Sam is 29 years old only, but Sam has $22 billion. And he wants to donate all of it to charity.
Who was later exposed as a fraud. Nas naturally took zero responsibility for promoting him, which led to a lot of criticism. After promoting this, the next thing that should be heard is an apology, but apparently there was none. Nas Daily in a nutshell. The final nail to his already dying reputation came when he gave his opinion about the Israel-Palestine conflict.
But for me, it's life and death. If Israel doesn't exist, that means the death of my family. If Palestine doesn't exist, that means the death of my people. That's why we need two independent countries for two people, living side by side in peace with no one dying.
However, his hypocrisy on the matter was revealed in a clip of him cursing Israel. But his downfall was not as brutal as the downfall of Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, a former kickboxer, built his online persona around his extreme display of his wealth, luxury cars, and what he termed unmatched masculinity. He positioned himself as someone who had escaped the Matrix and could teach others to do the same through his course, The Real World. His downfall began in December 2022 when the Romanian authorities arrested him and his brother Tristan on serious charges of human trafficking and exploitation. After spending more than 90 days in prison, he was transferred to house arrest in April 2023. 4 months later, he was released but prohibited from leaving Romania as investigations continued. But his freedom didn't last long because in August 2024, Romanian authorities placed him under house arrest for a second time as the investigation intensified. Amid his ongoing legal battles, Andrew Tate's reputation kept crumbling when Coffeezilla exposed him for planning to launch his own crypto coin, despite being against cryptocurrencies in the past.
Said he was going to launch a crypto coin. So I immediately pointed out that over a year ago, Tate said that he didn't need to rob his fans, and he wasn't going to launch a coin. Tate replied, "Imagine being such a great detective you can't detect a joke." Now, I'll admit that one stung a little bit, and when I did some research, I realized I had been tricked.
Are you going to launch your own crypto?
No, I'm never going to launch a crypto. I just like to with crypto Twitter. Because crypto Twitter are full of the biggest degenerate losers on the planet. They're losers. Crypto is the only scenario I can think of where you can make a whole bunch of money while benefiting society zero.
Well, there you have it. I mean, I can apologize. I can admit when I'm wrong. Clearly, it was a joke. Tate would never actually scam people with a coin. Oh, turns out he did. Multiple times.
By June 2024, Tate went on with his idea by launching the Daddy coin in a tweet reading, "I'm the daddy, 200 million market cap. I'm going to burn all of this shit live on Rumble. My last burn was $37 million, but now I refuse to burn less than $100 million. No brokey burns. Top G. Built different." Coffeezilla decided to investigate Andrew Tate's crypto promotions by sending him an email which Tate leaked on X. The email read, "Hey Andrew, I'm reaching out for comment as I have a story about your crypto endorsements coming out. Please respond in 48 hours to ensure I can get your answer in the video for context. Last year you said you do not endorse shitcoins. You've also claimed you do not have anything to do with any crypto. What changed? How much were you and your brother paid to promote/talk about Roost Coin? Are you aware the Roost Coin you and your brother promoted has been hacked to the detriment of holders? How much were you and your brother paid to promote/talk about Venom blockchain? How much were you paid to talk about F-Madana? Were you or your brother paid by or affiliated with RNT and Daddy Coin? You've said SEC come for me. There's no SEC in Romania. We're scammers. Now you say you're trying to get TRW token regulated under SEC law. What changed? Are you planning to sell to US investors?" Andrew uploaded a video throwing a tantrum trying to defend his soft, bruised ego.
Coffeezilla is a This is my statement to you, Coffeezilla. You're a I guarantee I drink more coffee than you, meaning you're a fraud to begin with. You're doing this little breakdown, this investigation. You just emailed me in a homosexual tone saying, "Oh, I want to ask questions about this coin, this coin." You really think you're going to do a investigation into the fact that meme coin prices go up and down and all the retards and the real in the trenches are going to agree with you? Of course they go up and down. It's meme coins. Nobody cares. I'm not Logan Paul. I'm not somebody who is already hated and everyone's looking for a reason to jump on the bandwagon. I'm built different. I'm loved. Nobody likes you. Nobody's scared of your investigation. Your emails sound gay. I accidentally leaked your email address. Now everyone's calling you gay. I regret nothing I've ever done. Suck my daddy to the moon.
He also encouraged his members to send emails harassing Coffeezilla through the leaked email.
In fact, for every single person who can show me they have emailed Coffeezilla and called him gay, I will buy daddy. And for every single dislike on his upcoming bullshit expose, I'll buy more daddy. Every single thumbs down, every single email to this DNG results in me buying daddy coin and inflating the price to the moon.
Let me just see if I get the plan right here. The plan is dislike and call someone gay, so the alpha male you like buys daddy coins for you. Got it. 800 emails later, a word cloud of Tate's war room will give you a sense of who these guys are. But I'll also share this email I got. It's not personal, Coffee Breaks. I really want Andrew to raise the price of daddy's coin. And he says he's going to pump money into the coin. Trust me, it's nothing personal, but I bought a lot of the coin and I have to do this, so please forgive me. I mean, you can almost smell the desperation. Get rich quick by hurling slurs at a journalist.
Coffeezilla also exposed that the real-world token was a pyramid scheme.
But now the new angle is this real-world token. Tate is promising a crypto airdrop to people who subscribe and stay subscribed to his monthly get-rich-quick course.
This is also very important for you people who think you can join for a month and quit the real world and just go back to being a nobody. No. You have to stay inside to increase your rank, to get your power level. Because if you quit and then you rejoin, you lose all your power points. So why would you lose all your power points to save $49? It doesn't even make sense.
Okay, so Tate's new plan is that you buy a get-rich-quick course, gain power points, you have to stay subscribed to keep your power points, and then they say they will pay you a percentage that their school makes.
The goal is that you can buy the token and own a percentage of the school. So imagine you sign up for the real world, you start to make money, you focus on your tasks, then you can invest that money in the real world token and get paid every single month a monthly dividend from the profits of the school.
All right, I think I get it. So you got the people at the bottom, they're paying up into the course, into the school. Then you got the people higher with higher power levels. They're making money from people at the bottom with the coin. And then all that money flows up. It's just kind of this nice little pyramid scheme.
But things kept getting worse because on the 25th of November 2024, the real-world platform experienced a significant security breach. Hackers accessed and leaked chat logs from over 800,000 users and obtained approximately 325,000 users' email addresses. The hackers reportedly described the platform's security as hilariously insecure, a statement that perfectly describes Tate's public persona. Rather than addressing the security concerns, Tate used the breach as an opportunity to boast about his platform's membership numbers by tweeting, "We hacked his school and saw the chats of his 800,000 members. The chats are public. You literally just bought a membership and logged in and read the rooms. Call that a hack? What's 800,000 times $49 a month? Oh wait, you bought a membership. What's 800,001 times $49 a month? We are huge because we work. Everyone makes money inside of the real world." However, he failed to acknowledge that the breach exposed his followers to potential scams and identity theft, as personal information shared in 395 private chats were also compromised. And then the situation got worse, as the Tate brothers were slapped with additional legal charges in the United Kingdom. UK police issued arrest warrants for both Tate brothers, and in December 2024, a London court ordered the seizure of over £2 million from Tate for alleged tax evasion. And as usual, Tate responded to the decision by claiming he was a victim of the Matrix and outright theft. On February 27th, Romanian authorities granted the brothers permission to travel internationally while the investigations continued. The Tate brothers immediately used this opportunity to flee to Florida, but rather than a warm welcome, the Florida government launched an investigation into the brothers. Finding himself unwelcome in Florida and facing a new investigation, Tate made appearances on various podcasts to defend himself.
And what have I done since I've arrived? I did Patrick Bet David and sat on my laptop. That's all I've done. I've been Patrick Bet David, I sat on my laptop and I had Taco Bell, and I've got a criminal investigation?
Yeah.
What the f***? It doesn't even make any sense.
During these appearances, he made questionable statements, including comparing himself to Jeffrey Epstein.
I get more hate than Epstein does. You know this human trafficking crap?
Yeah.
They hate on me more with no convictions, not a single picture of a victim, not a single girl on the news saying I hurt her, zero. I get more hate than Epstein.
Discussing similarities between his situation and that of P. Diddy.
So when I see the Diddy things, a slave is like, he's a disgusting piece of shit, he's a disgusting piece of shit. I sit there and go, wait. I don't know Diddy, never spoken to him. I'm not defending him, because what they're about to say is, Andrew Tate, sex trafficker, defend sex trafficker. No, what I'm saying is, they've decided to wreck him. I don't know his side of the story. He may be guilty. His side of the story might be, yeah, I did it, but so did this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy.
And bragging how he wipes his phone every night to prevent authorities from gathering evidence.
You think I'm not ready? I'm a Navy SEAL in this shit. Come get me, raid my house, take my stuff. You think I sleep with a full phone full of evidence? You think I don't wipe my phone every night? You think I'm dumb?
Also during this period, old disturbing videos of Tate gained renewed attention. One particularly concerning recording showed Tate physically assaulting a young woman. Tate attempted to counter these impressions by releasing a statement from the woman claiming it was voluntary.
Hi, I'm pretty sure many of you have seen a video of Andrew Tate beating up a woman, and I'm pretty sure not so many of you have seen the same woman coming forward with a statement saying it was nothing but a play. So here I am again for the second time. Yes, the woman he has beaten up, and the same woman who has made a statement is me. So I'm coming forward for the second time to just clarify and let everybody know it was nothing but a play.
However, allegations emerged that the woman in question was only a minor at the time of the recording, while Tate was 25, which would render consent legally impossible regardless of her statements. Facing a lot of pressure in the United States, the Tate brothers returned to Romania, claiming they were doing so to prove their innocence.
Hello. I'm glad to be home, back in Romania, like I said I'd be. Because innocent men don't run from anything. We're here to clear our names and exonerate ourselves.
With investigations continuing across 3 countries, Andrew Tate's future remains uncertain.